wear my heels, so if I got a photo with Randy, I would at least come up to his waist. So thank you very much for having a clear glass podium, Randy. I really appreciate your looking out for the short people in the delegation. Thank you so much. It is wonderful to be with you here today. And as we look at what the administration is doing, it causes us to have great pause and sometimes hopelessness. We look at gas prices that 18 months ago, gasoline was under $2 a gallon. Now, personally, I think the Biden administration did this because they knew the Republicans were going to do well in this re-election, and they wanted gas prices as high as possible so we couldn't get around the state. We couldn't campaign as hard. We see a southern border that is wide open and we don't have operational control. And it's not just the number of people coming across the southern border. It's the drugs. It's the people on the terror watch list. We have crime that in many places is out of this world and at record highs. So you got record high crime, record high inflation, record high number of people coming across the border. And where do we look for hope? Representative Randy Feenstra, because Randy delivers. We look for hope to all of our elected officials. At the state level, our phenomenal governor, who has stood strong throughout the pandemic and who has shepherded this state to record economic growth. Thank you, Governor Reynolds. And recently, we've looked toward the Supreme Court. Just this morning, the Supreme Court monumentally said the EPA is overreaching its mandate, it's overreaching its mission, and they're reining in the EPA, and once again, it is a vote for states' rights and states to do the right thing. And I'm hoping that also means my favorite little pet project, the Navigable Waters Protection Rule and bringing down WOTUS. Maybe WOTUS is gonna go down. So for our farmers out there, we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. If you're a home builder, we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. If you just want to have the rights to build on your private property, we're gonna keep our fingers crossed that WOTUS is gonna go down. And when it comes to WOTUS and ag and water and clean water, Randy delivers. We also had a decision last week, many of you know about. Mother Teresa said, "It is a poverty that a child must die so you can live as you wish." The Supreme Court has now turned this decision back to the states. And when it comes to life, Randy delivers. Now, I can't let a speech go by when I'm talking about an economist and someone who is tough on taxes, tough on spending, looking at the budget every day. The wonderful thing I like about serving with Randy is that he is the epitome of those values that have made this country great and has made Iowa great, whether it is competition, merit, free speech, freedom of association, taxes, wasteful spending. There is a little bit of Dutch in Randy, I think, don't you? But in all those things, Randy delivers. And Milton Friedman said, "The society that values equality over freedom that has neither, but the society that values freedom over equality will have a large measure of each." So I am grateful that we have an economist like Randy that channels Milton Friedman in Congress looking out for our taxes and our budget and our wasteful government spending. So Randy, thank you for delivering once again. Now, for those of you who followed Randy as a state senator, you know Randy is a little Dutch, and you know that he represents Orange City. And at the state capitol, there's this little rivalry between Senator Rosenboom, who represents Pella, and the Dutch court that comes to the Capitol, and Randy. So I told you that Randy delivers, and I was in Pella yesterday, and I just wanted Randy to know. Randy, can you come up here for me? I wanted to bring a little Dutch to Randy. So Randy, you may deliver, but the doc makes house calls.
These aren't from Orange City, though.